Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync KW command to listing to leads. So all those leads you're getting from listing to leads, from the landing pages, from the ads you're running there, they will automatically get dropped right into KW command as soon as they come in. It's going to save you a ton of time. It's going to improve your speed to lead and help you create more deals. Also, it's super easy to set up. Let me show you how. The first thing you're going to do is go into KW command and click on this marketplace icon here. That's going to take you out to the KW marketplace, which is where you're going to find the sync for KW command and listing leads. So here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and search for listings. And that's going to show me all the apps here, including KW command and listing leads. So here's that sync. You can go ahead and view more details, read a little bit more about it, and then when you're ready, click the Buy Now button. Once you go through the process of purchasing it, there's going to be a prompt for you to go ahead and set it up. And if you click that, it's going to take you into the My Apps area where all the syncs and apps you've purchased here through the marketplace are. Find the tile you've just purchased for KW and listing leads, and we need to click through to set up the sync. So on the marketplace, you've purchased the sync. Now we're going to click through in the apps area to actually set it up and activate it. So I'm going to click through. It's going to take me out to API Nation. Sign me into API Nation using my KW credentials. Connect KW command to API Nation, and then all I have to do is connect listing to leads and go ahead and activate the sync. So you can see here's the button to connect listing leads. I'll click that. And then if you're signed in on the browser, it's just going to use that information and get your account. And you can go ahead and select that account to connect. All right, now we're going to create the sync. So we've connected KW command by coming from the marketplace. We've connected listing to leads. Now there's just a few questions. Do we want to sync all the contacts from listing to leads? That means all the existing contacts and everybody in the future. If that's what we want to do, check this box. If we only want to do the people we add today going forward, then uncheck the box. As they're getting added into KW command, you want to mark as leads. You can check that box. And then if they already exist in KW command for whatever reason, do you want listing to leads to overwrite KW command with the listing leads information, or do you just want it to fill in the blank fields? Totally up to you. I'm going to tell it just fill in the blank fields. Finally, just verify you're not using any other platforms to sync these two apps. That way we don't run into any duplication issues. Very super rare that somebody's using this, but we just want to make sure. Go ahead and hit continue, and that's going to create the sync. There we go. So the sync is now created. These are all the configuration we did on that last page. And there's just two more things I want to show you here before we activate. One is the filter. So you can see you can filter who's coming through the sync on any of these fields. So for example, maybe I only want people who have a phone number. I can do that. Phone is not empty, or email is not empty. Or maybe I only want people who I tag in listing the leads as KW command. I could do that. A popular one is to go ahead and use type from listing leads and say, I only want people who are buyer type, and then hit save. Always remember to save when you're setting up your filter. Of course, you could just clear out the filter and send in all the contacts, but I also kind of want to show you how you can do this with buyers and sellers. So once you set up the filter how you want it, or make sure you don't set up the filter, come down to mapping, and you can see we do most of this for you. First name from listing leads is going to first name in KW command. Email is going to email, phone's to phone. If there's anything else you want to add, you can go ahead and do that. For example, in description, maybe I want to add their interest. So I'll just type interest so that I remember what this field is, and I'll find that interest. There it is. So now you can see I created a little label here that says interest, and then the field will go ahead and sync in. I need to sell soon. Finally, remember we have set this up with the filter that it's only bringing over buyer leads. So I want to make sure that happens in the tags to just let me know this is a buyer from listing leads. So I'm going to add an extra tag. You can see we're bringing over all the tags from listing leads, and I'm just going to add comma L to L buyer. So you can see below, it's going to bring all the listing leads tags. So if I continue to tag it in the listing leads for whatever reason, if I'm using those will come over. And it's also going to throw on that last one, L2L buyer, so that I know it's a buyer lead. Then I'm going to activate this sync. So there we go. Now I'm syncing all my buyer leads as they come in from listing leads into KW Command. And I can set up campaigns, follow up with them, and start creating deals for those buyers. But what about sellers? Let's do that. So first I'm going to name this sync buyer, and then I'm going to clone it. And this clone will set up as a seller sync. So I'm going to change the name from buyer to seller. And then I'm just going to change the filter from buyer to seller. And then I'm going to change that tag from buyer to seller. And that's it. That's all it takes to set up this clone sync, activate this sync. And you can see now if I go into my syncs, I have 2 syncs running, a buyer sync that's bringing all my buyers from listing leads and putting them in KW Command with a special tag, and a seller sync. Same thing. And again, you don't have to filter in this way. You can just bring over just all your leads from listing leads into KW Command without filtering. You can add different tags, whatever you want to do. There's a ton of different options, but the important thing is you don't have to go export, download, copy and paste this stuff anymore. It's just going to show up in KW Command ready for you. So that's it. That's how you sync listing to leads to KW Command. All those leads from listing to leads are automatically going to show up so you can follow up and create more deals. If you have any questions or need any assistance setting up this sync, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, and we're connecting the world's applications.